welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to all of you who are watching this video. And sadly, there is no Doctor Who Christmas special this year. We have to wait until next year to see what happens with the newly regenerated Doctor and to see what Russell T Davies comes up with. I'm very curious to see it. And hopefully we get more news about it very soon. So since we have no new Who, I decided to review the very first modern Doctor Who Christmas special that premiered 20 years ago, The Christmas Invasion. This story found the newly regenerated 10th Doctor out of commission, and Earth is about to be invaded by the Sycorax. I really enjoyed this story. It's so well written and definitely has that kind of festive element and also just a really classic Doctor Who story. It's really interesting to see how humans react to this Sycorax coming and of course the blood control that they do and that first contact. You really get to see that. And it also really shows what the higher up government officials will do without, of course, the Doctor saving the day. We really get to see Harriet Jones trying to step up. But those faults that they do lead to, of course, their downfall from the hands of the 10th Doctor, which I think is really well done. And it's really interesting rewatching this one with the knowledge of what happens to Harriet in Series 4. And we really get to see them being redeemed later on for their actions, which I think is really cool. Now, the Sycorax are really cool. I really like their design. They're very menacing, and I really did enjoy how in the story there is no TARDIS language translator. So we get to see the humans have to learn their language, and we kind of use that later on as the Doctor is all rested up, and we get to see them transition to Earth language, and I really like to see the Sycorax's reaction to that. That was really cool. I also just like the design of Sycorax, and it's a real shame that they have not appeared in any future stories, because I think they're a really good foe for the Doctor to face. The 10th Doctor, in their small moments in this story, are really amazing. David Tennant just shines in this role, and they do a great job with their small scenes, especially the end with the fight with that Sycorax leader. That was so cool. And, of course, they lose their hand, which comes up later, of course. But I like that. That's the new hand. They reborn, regrow the hand. And it's like, that's a fighting hand. Great scene. And then, of course, we see the Doctor's darker side, where it's like, no second chances. And that comes, of course, later with Harriet Jones. I also really like the scene with, of course, the apartment when they're all there with the Doctor. And the Christmas tree attacks Jackie, Rose, Mickey, and, of course, the Doctor. That was such a great scene. Jackie's like, I'm going to be killed by a Christmas tree. I always laugh at that one. But also, this is just a really well-done Dr. Light story that really kind of puts the focus on Rose Tyler as they now have to adjust to, of course, this newly regenerated face, but also that there's this alien invasion happening. It's so well done. And for the very first Christmas special, it's a memorable one that I always enjoy rewatching. It's just well-written and always is just a perfect treat for this festive season. What do you all think of this story? Let me know your thoughts on it in the comments below. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everyone.